Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. His Excellency the President came to this house in the morning and announced the grant of the second tranche by the IMF in our debt restructuring process. And he himself admitted that though the second tranche is being released, it is only a limited victory in a long journey, which will have other serious issues to be addressed as well. According to the President, the next step would be to renegotiate with the private creditors, which is also quite a challenging task. In the meantime, it's his contention that the contraction of the economy is a serious challenge that we are faced with at the moment. Now, the contracting economy has caused serious breakdown in a variety of business spheres in the country, not to mention the agriculture alone. Now, if you go by the Yala and Maha season and the harvest that we have been managing to produce, we see there is a sharp drop and that this trend is going to continue. What is connected with this is the climate vulnerabilities in the country. The climate-related disasters is a serious problem that our country very frequently faces, as we are a country in the equator, on the equator, being a very tropical country. We are now faced with very frequent climate-related disasters. Now, if you take flooding, the recent flooding in the Akurana area is a phenomenon that we see happening very frequently. Now, this particular flooding issue of the Pinga that flows through the Akurana town towards Katukastado and merges with the Mahavali River, there was an assumption that the Polgolla Dam and its erection is what is causing all this, and that the sand silting that collects at the place where the river merges with the Mahavali River has got its flow affected because of the Polgolla Dam. But the fact is, we have had several attempts made. Now, there had been interministerial committee chaired by a senior assistant secretary of my own ministry that was appointed. We appointed a task force to go into the reasons for flooding of Pinga and the Akurana town flooding very, very frequently. So this issue, 4 months ago at the divisional secretary division meeting at Akurana, I raised the issue and asked the divisional secretary and also the UDA official who had come there as to whether any action had been taken about unauthorized structures which had to be demolished according to the report that was submitted.
Honorable 2 minutes.
Yes. So therefore, now the follow-up action is what is lacking, together with various other connected improvements that we had to make along the Pinga flow from about the 9th and 8th mile post up to the Ambatale junction. There has been variety of issues that needs to be resolved. So this needs both certain legal action that will be taken by the authorities like the Urban Development Authority, which had been quite lax in its approach to try to take those actions. And also there is a civil society responsibility which needs to also engage with these agencies to see that this is expedited. So this matter, though we had raised it several times, and only 4 months ago I raised this matter at the divisional secretary development meeting, still is pending, and therefore I in fact brought it since it's the president who is the Minister of Finance and his vote is being debated today. I made a request from the president to allow us to have a meeting with him in Kandy when he visits Kandy on this Sunday.
Please wind up.
For the District Development Committee meeting. After the District Development Committee meeting, he has assured us that both myself and Mr. Halim representing the Kandy district and other civil society representatives to meet him, along with the UDA and other government agencies, Department of Irrigation, as well as Disaster Management Center officials,
Honorable Member, please
Road
wind
Development Authority, and variety of other officials are to be summoned to discuss this. And I hope that with that meeting that we can find some effective action being taken, because state agencies which are entrusted with the responsibility to carry out the necessary corrective work must do their work so that such disasters doesn't get repeatedly happening all the time. Therefore, I thank the President for having allowed us
Thank you
some
very
time
much.
to meet him and discuss this issue. And also, I just want to refer to the CRIP agency, that is Climate Resilient Infrastructure Program. There must be some way in which the CRIP program gets involved. I think that's a rolling program
Please wind up,
that has to
Honourable
be given more funding so that these type of frequent climate-related issues could be addressed effectively. Thank you.